Hey, fourth grade, we are going to start a new thing today. So do your best and see what happens. And we'll continue this over the next couple weeks. This is like one of the big ones for the end of the year here, probably the big one for the end of the year. When you're on Tech Lab, you're going to go actually to fifth grade. There's a nice, easy way to get to this in fifth grade. And then you're going to go down to, in fifth grade, various. And in various, you will see the cat. Now, those of you who were here last year have done this before, and it'll be new for some of you, and that's okay. You'll all do just great. So we'll go to the cat for the scratch. Now, when this comes up, it should look like this. Scratch should look like this. And I've already signed all of you up, or well, some of you signed up last year, and I've signed anyone who wasn't here last year. I've signed you up. And Mrs. Martinson has your information if you need it. So I'll give you the idea, basically. Go to sign in. Now, when you go to sign in, your username is going to be just like your username that you sign in for on Accelerated Reader. So, like Tor, for example, is T.O. Lindahl. First two letters of his first name, whole last name. Password, lunch number twice. I want everybody to try that. And I know of one exception that won't work. And hopefully it'll work for everybody. We'll see how it goes. If it does not work, like let's say mine doesn't work, you could try just adding RCLS at the end like I've done, or you might need to try .rcls at the end. So like if I'd put this in here, if Tor wouldn't work, he could try RCLS, or he could try .rcls, still with your lunch number twice. So give that a shot and see what happens. And then hit sign in, see if it works. Hopefully it will. If you get in, you are going to go right here to the word create. That's where you need to go to start this new thing. I'm going into my folder, which is right here, and show you where we're going. We're going to make a game that's similar to some games you might see on some of the game sites like Friv and stuff. They're a kind of game, very simple game, but pretty cool to make. And we'll see how far you can get and see if you can get it started. And feel free to pause the video at any time, if you need people to catch up. Here's what the game looks like. If you see my cat over here standing in front of a backdrop, and we'll talk about how to find backdrops and all that in a little bit. Here's what my game looks like. I hit space, and then my cat moves back and forth. And then you see cheese puffs. Now, the goal of the game is to catch the cheese puffs. So every time I catch the cheese puffs, I score a point. All right, now you're not going to get all the way through this all today, because I'll be back and I'll help you get to some of the hard stuff next week. We're going to try to get you to do some of the basic stuff. Okay, you get the idea. The basic game is you're going to make a game where somebody moves at the bottom, something drops, and you try to catch them. All right? And later on, we'll even show you there is something you can do if you want to have something bad happen if you don't catch it, or if there's something bad. I mean, like if you're not supposed to catch the falling pickles or something like that, for example. Here's where I want you to start today. First, hopefully you can get in. And we'll see how that goes. Then you're going to go right here to the backdrops. Right here, the blue square or blue rectangle around it. Now, down here where there's this little mountain scene, that is if you want to use their backdrops. And you can just pick one. And that would be a great place to start. And I can help you change that another time. You could draw your own backdrop. You could even take a picture of something in the classroom or yourself for a backdrop, or you can load anything. So, for example, if you thought it would be really cool to do a thing where you're trying to catch falling leaves. I've actually seen this game, so you could do this. And if you'd go to open a new tab, right here with this little thing here that says new tab, and then you search for fall background, and you find a nice picture here of something that looks good for falling leaves, like this one. If you decide to do this, you are going to need to tap on the picture and then wait for it to fully load. You see this gray line there. Now it's fully loaded. You are going to need to save your image somewhere. I'm going to save mine in a temporary spot, just right down here in my downloads. And I'm just going to hit save because it'll be easy to find. All right. Now, going back to Scratch, if I want a different backdrop, I go here, the one I just saved. I have to load it. Same thing's going to pop up. And again, downloads. That's where I put it. You don't need to put yours there, but you can. Then I tap on that twice. Here comes my backdrop. Let's see how it looks. Now, if this loads or if yours loads and you get one and it doesn't fill the whole screen or the whole game side like mine, I can do that when I get back. It does not important today. Here's how you do it. It should pop up over here right away. You can see I have a little white space down here at the bottom. Here's what you can do. I tap on this little hand with a square thing, and I start down here, and I push, and I make a rectangle. You can see the rectangle there, and then I let go. Now, right down here, there's a little box. You can see it turns from an arrow into that double arrow thing. I'm going to push and pull it down. All right. Doesn't look like anything happened until I go over here and tap on the cat. Soon, I'm sure. There. Now it's the right size. All right. Now, after you get a backdrop, then the next thing is you have to look for characters. And again, if you are going to use one of their characters, just go right here to this little guy, pick one out of there. You can draw your own. You can take a picture yourself. The example I gave the other class was you could take a picture of yourself with your mouth pointed up, and then you could move your head back and forth and try to catch, falling cookies or something from the sky. That would work. Or the same thing, you can go search for a picture and then you can upload it. Now, if you do that, you should remember to look for PNG pictures that, like this here, checkerboard, no background, PNG. Save it again and go look for it like that. I'm just going to leave mine like that. All right. So, and then if you want to get rid of one of these, like you don't want the cat, 2-finger tap on it and delete it. And then if you want to, you can already go find something that you want to have fall. So you could use theirs. You could, again, go load something like chocolate chip cookies. If I went to this and I thought, what do I want to have fall? I mean, apples would be good. Have those fall. You could have cake fall from the sky. That'd be kind of cool to try to catch those. It could be just something like buttons, anything like that. You have so many choices, though. You probably will find something in here that would be good. No, something happened. I don't know what the saving changes things about. But monkeys, you could have monkeys falling. Even octopus could fall. Oh, muffins, those would be good too. But you get the idea. Or you could load one of yourself. So you might, hopefully, by the end, have a backdrop and a person to move and your cheesy puffs. Now, if you get all those things, something to fall and your main character, whoever's going to catch stuff, and then the backdrop, you want to go to the person who's going to move, and you're going to go up here to the word script. All right, now this will be a great thing to leave on the screen for a long time so that you can see it. And what this says, first of all, this part, you have to look for the colors. Brown things are here, and all the blue things are here. This would be a great place to start. And just pause this and make sure you have this. First, you notice it's this, it says go to. Now I hit space and my cat goes down to the bottom. So if I put my arrow down here, if you can see right here, there's X and Y. Now watch the X and Y numbers when I go here to where my cat is. You notice it has negative, like right now it has -14. Well, let me hit space. There it goes. Now I have to stop it so the cheese puffs stop. So right here, I have -4 and -171. Now my numbers up here are different. I put 0, that's right in the middle. And then -138 is down here. Now you can try a number in there, a negative number, because that would get it closer to the bottom. And if you don't like it, just change it, make it bigger or smaller to get it where you want it. All right. Then your next task is, can you get the left arrow and the right arrow to work, to move back and forth? All right. Now the left arrow, you want to move to the left. And X. X goes across like that. So X, negative X would take you this way, and then a positive X would take you this way. You notice it says change X, -10. That means go to the left. This one down here for the right arrow, change X by 10. That takes it to the right. Positive number to the right, negative number to the left. You can also look for these things, the rotation style and pointing in a certain direction, because that helps the cat or whatever face the right way when it's moving. All right. If you don't put that in, the cat would move the same way the whole time. All right. Now that's a great place just to get that much done, because that's a lot to do, especially after listening to me talk. If you get far enough, I will leave this on the video for how to start with the cheese puffs. There's a lot of stuff here that I want to talk to you about, but some of you who maybe get the other stuff done can take a look at it. So this would be a great spot here to pause the video, to leave this on the screen. And then if you have people who want to go to the other one, then you can wait until I click here and make it smaller. Not that small. Oh my goodness. But right there, that's everything for the cheese puffs. Talks about score. You might not know how to do the score thing today. That's okay. But you can see how you do with some of this, and then you could pause it here. So we'll see how far you get. I hope you can all get signed in. Just do the best you can. If you don't get signed in, maybe go help somebody else, and then next week they can help you. So there you go.